I want all of us to like, yeah, be a community, but like come to the community with your own expression solid, right? Come to community knowing who you are, what it is that you bring to the table, what it is that you offer, and let everybody else do what they're supposed to do, right? We spend so much time looking at other people and trying to get it's okay to learn from people, but don't let what you sound like, feel like, and how people experience you be the carbon copy of somebody else. You're robbing yourself that way. Bars.
And your cousin too. Rolling down the strip on gold. Coming up, slamming Cadillac doors. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too.
We back. We is back. Okay. Welcome back to Curated South. Thank you so much for being here. I am back, and I decided that I wanted to start opening up with the instance of the video. So today's instance is Alchemist Blend. It is a very herbal blend. It's very earthy. It's great for grounding. It's great for an earth sign like myself. And we're just going to use that to cleanse the decks. Yes. Cleanse me. Okay. We're going to stick her over there. But I hope you guys have been doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. We back. We back and we are ready to get to work. I've had a great 5-month break. My God, girl, who told you to take 5 months? But I needed it and I'm glad that I took it because it feels so much better to be back in this way. So, if you are new here, like I said, I am Mac. We are going to do a collective pool for today. But while I'm shuffling up, I just want to say that like coming back, first off, thank you guys so much for all the support while I was away, checking in on me and things like that. Coming back, things have and will change. Number one, I think the most important thing being I am no longer doing personal one-on-one divination. So like you can't book with me anymore. I will still be doing the collective divinations here on YouTube and once a week on the Clock app. I'm thinking about moving that day to Friday. We're doing Thursdays right now, but we'll see. But also just the way that I give the divination, if that makes sense. I want it to be less formal and more like conversational. Like we having a key, we having a talk, we get some tea, right? So that's what we're doing. We're being our genuine selves. We're unmasking, and the word, the message shall come forth as it comes forth. Okay. So that being said, take a deep breath. Right. Go ahead, connect to the energy, and let's see what spirit has to say. Please keep in mind that these are general readings. They may or may not apply to you. If they don't, Bookie, don't make it fit. Okay. Spirit, what is the message for the collective? Also, while I'm getting this card, happy Black History Month. You know I had to throw on my I Am Black History tea, or crew neck rather. That's very telling. So, the energy that we have is crossing paths as the energy, the overall collective energy for February. And this is gonna sound real funny, but I actually really like this energy because I feel like a lot of us are at a crossroads, right? Smirks as a crossroads child. Okay, daughter of the crossroads. But I feel like we all are at some type of crossroads. We have a lot going on in the sky. I'm not going to run down the list and the gauntlet of what's going on because I'm not an astrologer. Okay, I suggest you check out Luminary Beauty for that. But anyway, there go the hiccups. I feel like we are all at a crossroads. I feel like we all have certain decisions that we need to make. And I feel like some of these decisions could be based on things that we have overcame or things that we have or lessons that came from that overcoming that we now have to integrate into our moving forward. And that in itself may dictate where we go, right? But either or, when I see this card, is it's giving there is a decision that needs to be made, there is a direction that needs to be chosen, and I don't know who this is for, but not making a decision is also making a decision. So do with that as you will. Okay, let's get into it. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective for February 2026? Okay, I feel like because of the energy that's going on in the sky, what you pick right now I don't want to be that person that's like, you need to be sure, right? Because we know energy shifts and it changes. But you need to at least like have an understanding of why you're picking the direction to go in that you're picking, and is it an informed decision, right? Sometimes picking a direction can feel like a risk. Sometimes it is a risk. But at the end of the day, and I am a firm believer in this, there is no wrong way. There is no wrong direction. There's no, oh, I picked the wrong choice, because any choice that you pick is ultimately still going to lead you to wherever it is that you're supposed to be. I often use the um what do you call it? The analogy of a road trip, right? So say you're going on a road trip and you always go this specific route, and you get to the route and the route's closed off, they're doing construction, it was an accident, whatever, pick your poison. But because of this traffic, you're rerouted and you have to go a different way. That does not mean you're not going to get to your destination. That just simply means that you're going to get to your destination a different way, right? So I just don't believe in right or wrong direction, whatever, what have you. I think the what people what people mean when they say right direction, wrong direction is alignment. Amen. Amen. Spirit, what is the energy? All right, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. First card out, we have the Page of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. I'm actually going to keep that. There needs to be a sense of a sure sense of self. And it's interesting because I'm filming and posting this on February the 12th. And I think tomorrow, start the pre-shadow phase of a Mercury retrograde. Whenever I see swords, obviously Mercurial, but I feel like that's very funny coming out right before Mercury retrograde. Um, in a time where things aren't sure, in a time where things kind of slow down, where they kind of seemingly stop, right? Um, but this is the perfect time. You feel me? This is the time where you need to go through your decisions and your choices with a fine tooth comb. Maybe look over some things again, and you, especially with this Page of Cups here, you may find that there's some new information, right? There's some new some something. I don't know what to call it, but it's some something. We don't call it some something. It's some something that you may have missed, may not have been paying attention to, that could help you, or it could prevent you from making a decision that you would have otherwise made differently without that information, right? Spirit, what is the message for the creative collective? I feel like, especially with this Three of Wands here, a lot of us, and I say us because I'm a part of the collective, a lot of us Three of Wands are in this waiting period, almost in this like incubation period, right? So for example, I feel like I'm in this weird like liminal space where it's like I know what I want and I know that it's obtainable, but the how is still like But one thing that I have learned while I was in my the hermit mode, okay, we have another Mercurial card here. While I was in hermit mode, one of the other things that I realized is sometimes the how is not important, especially in 2026, okay, because my God, sometimes the how is just not important. Sometimes what's more important is you understanding what it is that you want, right? Where it is that you want to go, and just trusting instinct, trusting your spirits, trusting your dead folk, trusting in general that you're going to get where you need to go, right? And also understanding, and I say it all the time, the journey is just as important as the destination, right? And so when I look at this card, I think about journey. I think about, what am I doing in the interim period of the integration that I just went through, and where I want to be. What am I doing in between those 2 points to ensure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? This isn't saying that you need to do everything. This is not you saying that you have to, you know, be all end all. Like, it's just saying do what's in your power while you are waiting. Because when I look at this card, is it one of those things where it's like, if it's when, right? It's when. And I'm, especially as a creative, especially as part of the collective, as somebody whose journey that y'all have seen over and over again, um, the journey is important to me, right? Y'all know that the what you do. Some people call it being delusional. I don't really like that term because it's like, this is a delusional. I know what I want and I know I'm going to get it. So is it delusion, or does it just feel delusional to y'all because y'all can't see my vision, which is also not my business. Moving on. Bottom of the deck we have the Lovers with the Chariot. So let me move this back a little bit. With this Chariot card being here, I don't know why my eyes immediately went to this King of Swords. But let's pick this Lovers card apart first, because when I see the Lovers as a Gemini rising, I always, y'all know how I feel. If you've been here long enough, you know how I feel about the Lovers card. I feel like the Lovers card, like, yeah, it speaks to love and all that other stuff, but it also speaks to you versus you. It also speaks to duality, up, down, right, left, in, out. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to just the nuance and the duality of who we are as a people, right? Um, and with the Chariot being here, it's kind of making me feel like, especially the Chariot here with the King of Swords, it's making me feel like, be sure of what you want. Like, yeah, be open to what can change, because we know change is inevitable and nothing ever really goes all the way to plan. So be open for that. But like I was saying earlier, having a sense of what you want, where you want to go, um, is your is what you want in your actions lining up? Is there alignment there, right? Those are the sort of things that I think about when I'm looking at this card combination. But what I want to do is dive into this Osho Zen deck, because she a little tattletailer. Bottom of the deck, by the way, we have the Fool. Just saying. But yeah, Osho, she be telling. What are we doing? Why are all these upside down? Let's fix the deck first. This feels so weird to be back on here. I don't know why, because I've been doing it for years, but I don't know. It feels like some newness, like a new era. A shiny new era is tiptoeing nearer. Where do you feature? Just listen to tea. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I always got a song in my heart, okay? A song on my heart and lyrics on my lips. Okay, I think we're good. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? 2, 3. Also, while we're getting cards, in May, I'm going to be starting the extendeds. We had kind of started them last year or year before last. It stopped life. But basically, what the extendeds are going to be extended versions of the regular video. So you're going to get like a good 10 minutes of me here, possibly a good 10, 15, yeah. And then you'll be able to purchase the extended on my Beacons, my Beacons link. And that's just for people who want a little bit more, a little longer video, that likes to see me run my mouth a little bit longer, right? Spirit, what is the message? And like I said, we'll be starting those next month in March. So be on the lookout. Spirit, what is... Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Okay. I had to come back. The first card we have out is comparison. I know you're not. I know you're not. I know you're not out here basing your decisions and the choices that you as a creative being needs to make by comparing yourself to other people in other situations. We talked about this so many times in the last like 2 years. You do not know what people have had to go through to get to what it is they have, to get to where it is that they are. And 9 times out of 10 is smoke and mirrors. Okay, not everything that you see online, not everything a person shows you is accurate. Okay, people get very good at faking the funk. So I don't want to see this anymore. We're not doing that. We're not comparing our process to someone else's. Like, I saw this quote the other day. It was like, you compare your day 1 to somebody's day 38. Like, that's how comparison will have you effed up, right? We also have the lovers out here again. A double time. In my Cat Williams voice, it's about you. Okay, it's about you. It's not about anybody else. It's about you, your choices, your decisions as a creative, where you want to go, how you want to be seen, right? It's not about anybody else. And I think that there is a need to slow down here. Shout out to Mercury retrograde, because it's really going to give you no choice. There's a need to slow down, because it's like, it's almost like, I'm gonna show you the cards first. We have the miser, and then we have compromise upside down. So upside down, girl, reversed. But it's almost like you comparing yourself to other people and their process as it pertains to your own is making you and turning you into this miser. It's turning you into somebody who you're not, and someone who you don't recognize. It could be someone who is angry, someone who is sad, someone who is, and not to say that these things aren't valid, but y'all, do not compromise who you are as a creative, what you are, what it is that you create, what your unique expression is, just to be seen, right? That's, to me, that's just as worse as comparison. To me, honestly, they really go hand in hand, because by comparing yourself to somebody else, it's compromising everything that you built up into this moment, right? And so it's just like, what's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. Bottom of the deck, we have stress, we have receptivity, and we have conditioning. Child, look, I feel like as creatives, there has been this standard that has been um, followed, I guess, um, to where we just kind of naturally compare ourselves to other people in their process, because, like, especially if the process and the person, or the process is working and the person is right. But I feel like the ask here, especially because bottom of the deck, and we have the fool again. My God. Anyway, bottom of the deck, we have completion, we have guidance, and we have possibilities. Okay, possibilities. Like, understand that, like, for a lot of us, I know damn sure for me that a lot of things have come to completion. Like, even a lot of things that I thought that I wanted look different, right? And I feel like the ask here is to be receptive and to take the guidance that has been offered, is being offered, to find your way out of this conditioning, right? And that's going to look different for everybody. But like with the Fool card being here with possibilities, and then we have bottom of the deck, we have patience. It's like, think of all the possibilities that could come out of what it is that you want, right? Because I feel like we kind of narrow our view when we lock in on something, right? When something that we want to do, or it's a way that we want something to play out, we lock in and we don't see it any other way. But it's like, oh, okay, just hit me. When you take your attention away from what everybody else is doing, how everybody else is showing up, what everybody else's energetic signature looks like, and start to focus on your own and your own journey and what it is that you want, that honestly opens up a world of possibilities that you probably couldn't see because you were so focused looking on somebody else's paper, right? So it's just like, be open right now to the guidance and the possibilities of this new chapter, of this new journey that, or new part of the journey that you're going in. This, hell, it might not even be a new chapter, it might be a whole new book, and that's okay too. But like, be open to it and have patience to see it through. I have seen so many times over the course of like the last probably week and a half, people talking about not giving up right before you get to the finish line, right? And I feel like because so many of us looks at the stars, because the stars were doing what they do, not taking, responsibility and free will away from us. But we know that the stars do impact, as above, so below, as within, so within. You already know. But because so much was going on, and because even astrologically we are moving into a new era, I think that it's going to look different now, right? I personally can't explain it because, again, I'm not an astrologer. Check out Luminary Beauty. Check out Raw Cosmic Wisdom. Check out Astrology. Amazing, amazing astrologers who I will tag down below. But, like, I even feel it, right? Like, there's certain things that I don't even know how I'm going to accomplish, but I know they're going to get accomplished. Amen. And why do I feel that way? Because I'm not paying attention to what everybody else is doing, or I'm not paying attention to trying to be politically correct. I'm solely, hear me when I say it, solely focusing on my own expression. Like, that's what I'm focused on. Either you receive it or you don't. You like it or you don't. Honestly, not my business. And that's where I want all of us to be. Like, I want all of us to, like, yeah, be a community, but like, come to the community with your own expression solid, right? Come to community knowing who you are, what it is that you bring to the table, what it is that you offer, and let everybody else do what they're supposed to do, right? We spend so much time looking at other people and, trying to get, it's okay to learn from people, but don't let what you sound like, feel like, and how people experience you be the carbon copy of somebody else. You're robbing yourself that way. Bars. Let's get let's get a advice card. Spirit, what's the message? What's the advice? Please be clear. Oh, it feels so good to be back with cards. First off, it's been a minute since I've had cards in my hand. Let's start there, okay? Spirit, what is the advice for the collective for February 2026? Again, can't make this up, but again, happy Black History Month. I hope that you guys are having an amazing Black History Month so far. I'm doing a series over on my Bookish channel, which it'll be here or down there or somewhere, where I've changed my name, Hoodies to Hardcovers, because y'all know I got a problem with hoodies. So I'm going to be showing y'all my favorite hoodies and my favorite books. So make sure y'all go check that out. If you are bookish, yeah, that's how we're starting Black History Month over here. We have a change in the wind. Let's read. What number is that? 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 is the number of the crossroads. I'm just saying. I love it when the theme comes together. Which one do I want to read? Look, I want to read the prosperity message. Okay. It says, as you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you pursued something that you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All will be well. Even better, actually. Trust. What? What did I just say? What had I just said? I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't. Thank y'all so so much for being here. I hope that this was helpful in some type of way to you. Again, it feels great to be back. Make sure you do all the things, hit all the buttons, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know how this resonated, and I will see you guys in March. Be great, give bread, stay all the way alive, and with everything be intentional. Have the February Conjure. Peace.